Hey folks, I wish I could give you a better Christmas message, but the fact is that Congress just passed a $1.1 trillion Christmas tree bill. They called it a Christmas tree bill because they hung so much stuff on it and making themselves gifts for themselves and their political contributors. 316 voted for the bill. That included every single Democrat and a whole bunch of Republicans, including your Republican representative in the 14th District, Dave Joyce. 113 Republicans stood up against it, led by Jim Jordan, the Freedom Caucus. But the rest of the Republicans, including Dave Joyce, collapsed like a cheap suit and gave Obama everything that he wants. And I mean everything. It not only funded all of Obamacare, but just listen to some of this stuff. It completely funded Obama's illegal amnesty program that we've been complaining about for the last 2 years. It actually spends $1.6 billion to settle illegals in this country. Now, I want that to sink in for a moment. $1.6 billion given to people that are in this country illegally to help them find a place to live and have a home in your country. You know, I think these people in Congress have forgotten who they're supposed to be working for. This is not the Congress of Central and South America. This is supposed to be the United States Congress. This is outrageous. They completely funded Planned Parenthood. You know, we've had this fight now for months about Planned Parenthood, but they gave $500 million to Planned Parenthood. That's half their annual budget. It completely funds the Syrian refugee program. That's right. Dave Joyce voted to give Obama all the money he needs to bring the Syrian refugees here. Now, folks, just last week, Dave Joyce did a survey in which he said 86% of those who participated in that survey in the 14th District said they did not want the Syrian refugees in this country. Why? Because their people are afraid. They're afraid for their families. They're afraid of terrorism. But Dave Joyce didn't stop him, that 86%. He voted for that bill anyway. This allows 250,000 more legal workers in this country. Now, folks, I want you to understand, this 250,000, this is 4 times the number of unskilled legal workers now allowed in the United States. It's quadrupling. And these are unskilled labor. Now, you might say, oh, we need them to pick the crops or some such thing. But they're American workers still looking for jobs. These unskilled workers are taking jobs from the lowest end of the economic scale of workers in this country. People that could have jobs in the service industry. But instead, we're going to give those jobs to workers from other countries. And what happens to American workers? Well, what do you think? They go on the system and you pay for it. And how did this all happen? Huge part of this is directly related to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has spent millions of dollars on members of Congress in order to get them to go their way on this illegal and legal immigration program. And Dave Joyce, well, 2 years ago, $325,000 was to support his re-election campaign from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Folks, he's never going to close the border. He's never going to stop illegal refugees and illegal immigration. Frankly, he's never going to vote to protect your family. And you know, I have to tell you one interesting thing. Paul Ryan, that led this crazy bill and got it passed, he won't build the border fence. But you know what? They're building a brand new fence around his mansion, his home. That's right, a brand new fence because the Speaker of the House has to have greater security. So he gets a fence to protect his family, but we don't get a full border fence to protect your family. I am fed up with these phony Republicans. Please go to mattlynch.com. Express your support for my campaign. March 15th is coming up fast. I need your help if we're going to get rid of this phony Republican, Dave Joyce, and replace him with a true conservative. That's me. That's Matt Lynch. I'm here to fight for you, but you got to send me there. Hey, God's on his throne. Have a Merry Christmas.